welcome.
Yeah.
It's the Minnesota Music Note podcast, as it seems like maybe you already know that. But for the audience, why don't we just start out and you kind of tell me who you are and
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah. Well, I'm Fiona Hayes. I'm 15 years old, soon to be 16 actually tomorrow. And I'm a musician in the Twin Cities, a singer-songwriter. And yeah, I just like to make music.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like what kind of music? How do you describe your music?
Kind of alt rock pop punk, I would say. Very inspired by 90s female-led bands
Okay.
like No Doubt, Fruit Salt, Hole, stuff like
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Nice. I play a few of those songs in my band as well, so
Oh, yeah.
that's good stuff. Yeah. Nice. So do you write all of your own music? It's all
Mhm.
original stuff?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how? Take me through your writing
Yeah.
process.
Well, it's different for each song, I would say. Like sometimes I'll start a song with, a phrase that I like or a melody. Like honestly anything, and it can, pop into my mind wherever, like at the grocery store or like as I'm about to fall asleep or even like while I'm asleep, like in a dream or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
You're one of those that kind of like has a notepad next to
Yeah,
next to
yeah.
your bed, so when you wake
Yeah.
up, you can just scribble something down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, it's just kind of not like all over the place, but just it all stems from different, ideas and, little parts of my brain, I guess. Yeah.
So why does this well up inside of you, do you think?
I mean, I feel like sometimes I have trouble saying to people what I'm thinking, like in like normal conversation, like what I'm actually feeling. So I feel like I get to kind of like, you know, protect myself with the music shield.
Okay.
And that kind of like almost makes my feelings more like of something you can like take and form opinions on, right? But also has that effect of, artistry and creativity that, you get to think about your feelings and, make them more complicated in a way than they are and like be able to like really, you know, reach inside yourself and like try to make it into like something new than you were thinking before, if that makes sense.
There's a lot of layers to that.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So you're saying you take some of the feelings that you have
Mhm.
and actually make it more complicated on purpose to kind of build a story around it
Yeah.
that turns into the music.
Yeah.
That's pretty fascinating.
Mhm.
So take me through. Do you have like a song you could take me from the beginning to kind of what it
Like
became?
one of my songs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just released a song last week called I'm Losing Again. And the original inspiration for that song was having really positive feelings about somebody. But then those feelings actually turned negative as I was writing the song. So I started the beginning of the song kind of in that like kind of like low-struck positive mood, and then it transitions into like, wow, it was all fake kind of vibe.
And you just follow the rhythm of real life, or you just kind of
Yeah.
made it more dramatic as you were going through?
Both, honestly,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And what I also like is that the instrumentals for that one are probably my most complicated. And it's actually in 2 different time signatures. So I like to think that the 2 different time signatures are the opposing feelings from start to finish, and they're kind of contrasting and making something really beautiful in a way.
That's cool.
Mhm.
So what time signatures?
Okay, so I spent like a while trying to figure it out. But I think it's 11/8 or something like that, like 5/8/6/8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a 5 and a 6. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it switches between 6/8 and 5/8 during different parts of the song. Like each section of the song is a different time signature.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to hear that one now.
Yeah.
So maybe
Well,
maybe we can drop it at the end of the video.
totally, yeah, it's out on all streaming platforms.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So you perform a lot?
Yeah. I probably have like right now 3 or 4 shows a month, maybe 5.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love performing. I mean, I perform. My band currently is, you know, musicians my age.
Mhm.
So it's really fun to just connect with them on stage and like also connect with the audience. It's like everywhere you look, you have something to interact with or someone to interact with
Hmm.
while doing something that you emotionally connect to.
Hmm. So it's interesting. There's been a conversation that's come up with other artists that have come on the show, and old people like me, right? We're older musicians now. We wonder, like, are there actually places for younger musicians to play? So where are you finding venues to play at? I
Yeah.
mean, 4 or 5 shows a month is a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm lucky enough to like have venues that I play at that are very all ages friendly
Hmm.
and are a good place for like people my age to connect. Even people older than me,
Yeah.
like Pillar, Pillar Forum, um, Amsterdam Bar and Hall.
Okay. The Amsterdam,
Um,
that's cool.
yeah, I'm actually playing a show at Pillar August 24th
Hmm.
with a band from New York called Cat Crash.
Hmm.
So I'm very excited for that one because that's the first, probably one of my first times opening for a band that far away.
Hmm.
So I'm really
And
excited
how did
for
that
that.
all come together?
I think they reached out, which was really awesome to just, receive a message like, hey, we're from New York and we want you to open for us, you know what I mean?
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really awesome and it just kind of, you know, it made me realize that I'm connecting with people outside of the Twin Cities, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is cool. Nice. So how do you balance life of being 15, maybe learning how to drive, getting close
Mhm.
to that, school, other things you have to do with all the music things that you
Yeah.
do?
Well, funny you mention driving is because I started driver's ed this morning.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
took my
Congrats.
first ever course this morning, like live course with other people in a classroom. It was 3 hours long. It was definitely not boring. Um,
It was not boring?
I'm being
Okay.
sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I was very nervous, but I don't think I have a lot to be nervous about, as much, like after like learning
Yeah.
more of the stuff. It was like the introduction, right?
Okay.
But I'm also actually homeschooled,
Okay.
so that makes things a lot easier for
Sure.
performing and, songwriting. I have a lot more like control over my schedule, which is really nice. And I
Sure.
get to like, play gigs more than the average person my age would.
Okay.
Mhm.
So with like the homeschool, you can like put some extra hours in, get all your stuff done and out
Yeah.
of the way, and then you kind of have like a free Friday night or
Yeah.
whatever to go
Basically,
out and
yeah.
jam. Cool. Do,
Mhm.
do you play mostly like Friday, Saturdays, weekends sort of thing, or?
It
y-
depends. I mean, those are definitely preferable
Mhm.
just because they usually bring more people.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's honestly like a mix. Like I'll play a show Monday, Wednesday, and like Saturday in the same week
Mm.
sometimes. Um, but usually I don't really notice that much of a difference in how many people like I draw out.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of doesn't no specific day.
So another common topic that comes up amongst musicians, right, that have been on this show, is the idea of the introverted extrovert. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you just don't really want to be around people, but as
Mhm.
soon as you get on stage, you turn into a different human being. Does that
Yeah,
kind of describe who you are?
I would say so. I mean, I feel like it's while I'm at gigs that I'm performing at, I feel really extroverted
Hmm.
because like I know that the people are here to see me and the other people I'm performing with.
Hmm.
So it kind of has that as like an icebreaker almost when I'm talking to new people.
Yeah.
Like I've made a lot of friends at my gigs.
Hmm.
Um, but I will say like every day I usually just am comfortable talking to like my friends, like people I know. Like I'm very extroverted with people I know, but I would say I'm a bit introverted with people I don't know.
Well, I think you're lucky because a lot of people go through life never really finding something that kind of is that they're super passionate about, and I think that more than passion, it's almost like finding your superpower, right? Because we
Mm,
all we all want to feel powerful, like we've reached something or we can give something to the world that makes us feel full and wonderful, and I think you've got that already,
mm.
and that's I'm jealous. I'm 47. I still haven't figured that out, so that's awesome. It really is.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
congrats.
thank you.
So you wanted to talk a little bit about some shows you got coming up?
Yeah, I can plug some in right
Yeah,
now.
let's do it.
Well, tomorrow, August 4th, which is my birthday, I will be playing Sociable Cider Works. August 7th, I will be playing a show at Indigenous Roots Center with Spit Takes and Girl of Judith.
Hmm.
And actually, with Spit Takes, we're both actually on Whiplash Records.
Oh,
And
okay.
one of the members of that band, is like the founder of Whiplash Records. And I will be releasing my album in late January through Whiplash Records. But back to shows, I have a show August 22nd at Kieran's, August 24th at Pillars, like I said, August 27th at Dayblock.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm playing
and
at Dayblock on Friday, actually.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
With Main Street Freefall. Have you heard of those guys?
I don't think I have,
Okay.
but I'll check them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, sorry to interrupt.
No, I think that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, so I probably won't get the episode out by tomorrow, but maybe by next week we'll
Yeah.
get a plug in for a
Yeah.
couple of those shows. So
Yeah.
awesome. So what's on the horizon for you? I mean, it sounds like you've done a lot already and accomplished a lot, but like, what's the future look like?
Well, I will say I have like set some goals in my career that I want to achieve. I mean, like some, iconic venues, like First Avenue,
Mm.
First Ave, 7th Street Entry, Varsity Theater as well. I saw Sophia Acela there, and it was like a really, really nice venue. Some more out in the future, accomplishments I would like to achieve is like, Coachella, Lollapalooza, big music festivals like
Sure.
that would be just, really, really fun. I mean, just like kind of opportunities to, get my music out there and have people listen to my music.
That's pretty neat.
Mhm.
So how did you find the members of your band?
Yeah, well, we were all in a music, what's the word? School of Rock, do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were all in that program. And, we kind of learned some stuff in that, and then as we, grew out of it, we all kind of just were like, do you want to join my band and, play my songs? And we were all like friends from that
Cool.
in the first place, so it kind of just, made sense.
Nice.
Mhm.
So you had mentioned, or actually before we kind of turned the cameras on, we were talking about some other artists like Ali Dig that you've played with, I guess,
Yeah.
before, and there was name drop some other artists that you
Yeah.
like out there that.
Yeah. Spit Takes, like I said before. Gully Boys,
Okay.
really awesome. Anita Velveeta is really amazing.
I think I've heard of that one
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
That's a unique enough name that you remember.
Yeah, right. I saw them play at Pillar once, and it was really, really amazing because it was like a small stage, but it was like it felt a lot, bigger.
A lot more
And
intimate.
it was actually in
Yeah.
the winter too, and I was like standing outside with my producer watching because it was so crowded in that room.
Is that
So
right?
we just, risked it and like sat outside in the freezing cold to watch the set. But yeah, all those artists are amazing. I would definitely suggest checking them out.
Cool. So I mean, what was the thing that kind of changed your life? Or when did you wake up one day and you're like, I really want to do music, and why? Like,
Yeah.
what inspired you?
I mean, both of my parents are very musical. Like my mom was in a band in college. My dad was also a DJ in college. So I've always been around music. So, I would be singing along to like songs that my parents were playing in the car, and I would be like, I want to like do that because like I loved singing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And performing because I would like on walks around my neighborhood, I would go and stand on tree stumps and sing Kiss and just perform Kiss on the tree stumps in my
The
neighborhood.
band Kiss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's just something that kind of clicked in me that felt like I feel like I could do this, and I feel like I would enjoy doing this, and I want to like seek this out.
So was Kiss one of the early inspirations then?
Definitely.
What about them?
Like the theatrics of
Okay.
it all. I saw them in that one Scooby-Doo movie, the Scooby-Doo Kiss movie or whatever.
I don't know that I've seen that
It's
one.
amazing.
Okay.
You should watch it. That was definitely a key childhood movie for me. Yeah, it was just like they were so like I hadn't really seen anything like them before with all the face paint and the outfits and like their caricature personalities kind of.
Hmm.
Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I say like of the musicians that have come in here, most of the guitar players, but I always try to ask like, how did you get into your instrument or whatever? Probably 50% of the guitar players who come through has been Kiss.
Yeah.
The other 50% like Van Halen.
Yeah.
So those two are kind of take up most of it. So
Yeah.
that's wild. But how did you then, if Kiss was kind of your early inspiration, how did you kind of find your sound and kind of get into the
Yeah.
music that you've gotten into?
Yeah. Well, like I said, both my parents, listen to music, play music all the time. I really connected with my mom's taste in music. Like I said, 90s, female-led alt rock, pop punk. That has always been something that like struck a chord with me.
Nice. Sounds
it's
like a cool mom.
yeah. But also finding music on my own that I enjoy, like Mannequin Pussy and Olivia Rodrigo. Those are some newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
And Paramore, and like all of that whole world,
Yeah.
But that's also something I connected with. So it's like taking a bit from both worlds and then also taking my instinct and putting it in a song, if that makes sense. Like just how my brain, wants the song to sound like, not like taking inspo from other bands, because sometimes that can be like a positive and a negative thing. You know what I mean? Like influencing yourself too much with other bands. Right. It's like sometimes when I'm, working on the instrumental or the melody, it's just like my brain knows what to do, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
And I usually find a way to make it more of the sound I want it to sound like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it can be like really easy and hard at the same time, in the way that I'm trying to make it sound specifically like something, but also trying to make it sound like myself at the same time, which can be really hard. And it's usually just finding that fine line in between. And I feel like I have been, balancing on that line a bit more as I'm writing and producing more songs.
I lost my train of thought. Oops.
No, I was rambling a little bit.
No, I had a really inspired question in the middle of that, of what you're talking about, and I totally lost it. So there it goes. Oh, wow.
Well, if you remember it, you can ask me later.
That sounds good. So other than Kiss, like what's a song maybe even that you still hear now, like something that just hit you really hard?
Yeah.
Early on.
Yeah. I mean, I said Paramore earlier. All I wanted, all I wanted, or whatever.
Yeah, I know that song well.
Yeah, that one just like, it's an amazing song. You know what I mean? And it's like something that you can like feel, like in your chest or in your stomach.
Sure.
Like songs like that is what I'm really drawn to. And it has such like a rise and fall in that song, and I try to incorporate that in some of my songs. Another song. I feel like I've forgotten like all other songs.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you're on the spot and somebody asks you that question.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as you walk out of here, it'll all go, bah!
Yeah. Probably like any song off of Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, like just that kind of ska influence is really nice. Anything off of Live Through This by Hole, which is an amazing album. Also, I Got Heaven by Mannequin Pussy is an amazing song. And that one really kind of almost drives the line between like using religion as like a reference to romance, which is interesting. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now, actually.
All right. So with your rock star parents, do you guys go out to like shows and stuff like that together? Have
Definitely.
you done that?
Yeah. I mean, obviously local shows, just seeing, what other bands and artists are out there in the Twin Cities. And I've been going to concerts with my mom since I was like really young. I think my first concert was Gwen Stefani when I was 7.
That's cool.
Totally got that from my mind. But I've been going to, shows since then. I think my most recent like show was, I think it was Sophia Asella, which was really awesome because I actually got to meet her the day before at a drag show. because she went to the drag show the day before. She was
Okay.
playing at that same place, and I saw her, and I was like, "Is that Sophia Isella?" And it was. So
That's
that was
cool.
really, really awesome. I also saw, like when I was younger, I was really into pop music. So like Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, all that. Um, and more recently, like The Warning, Bush. I saw Mother. My friend dragged me to that concert, which was really, really fun. Yeah, it's a lot of concerts.
What's who do you think's put on the best performance you've ever seen?
That's a hard question. Um,
Okay, who do you build your performance off of?
yeah,
Like
okay.
who do you look up to?
Yeah.
And
Gwen Stefani. Like
yeah,
old, like early No Doubt Gwen Stefani
okay.
is something I really draw from, just like that
Do you wear like the big boots
personality.
and the plaid pants and
Yeah, the
go
big
full
boots
ska
definitely.
look? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
cool.
definitely influenced some of my outfits.
Yeah,
I keep drawing back to Sophia Isella, but like her whole thing is kind of like acting like really like not like crazy on stage, but like it evokes so many emotions like disgust and like, realization and like just so many different like emotions on like the spectrum of emotions
Hmm.
that is really interesting. Like, and not even just in like what she's singing, but in like her body movements and
Is that right?
yeah, and like how she's acting on stage. Um, who else? Missy, the lead singer of Mannequin Pussy. She's really awesome. I saw her actually in St. Louis. My mom and I drove all the way down to St. Louis to see them, which was amazing.
Cool.
hmm
Awesome. We've covered a lot of ground already, man.
Yeah.
What's out playing shows and gigging and stuff like that? Like, what's craziest things happened to you so far out there? Like funny stories or crazy stories or
Funny stories, crazy stories. I mean, obviously, like playing at a bar and then like people thinking you're way older than you actually are. Like, I think somebody thought I was like 19 or something when I was like 14, which was interesting. And it's not even at like bars, it can be like any place I play a gig, but it's like at like 80% of shows, people ask me how old I am, and I respond, and they're like, "What?" Which is kind of funny. I can't think of any like crazy stories. I chipped my tooth on a mic once.
really?
Yeah, that was like more of an onstage thing.
Uh-huh.
What else? I played a 4-hour show at a farmer's market once, and my fingers started bleeding from playing
Really?
so much.
Wow.
And I got like a little tiny scar, like right on my pointer finger from that. Yeah.
Wait, you said you write your music, you come up with a melody. So are you a multi-instrumentalist? Are you playing different things?
Yeah, I mean, so I work with my producer Abe in the studio to, like get down drums, which is something I don't play, to get that down and like from my mind to, the drums. But I learned guitar by songwriting actually. I found that easier than like tutorials on YouTube. Just like figuring out, like bar chords is something I learned pretty early on actually because I was songwriting. And that's how I learned guitar. I started piano when I was 5, maybe 5 or 6. I don't play that as much, but I do try to keep up with it when I can. I taught myself bass as I started songwriting as well, just to get some simple ideas out on paper. But yeah, and then singing, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you do all this? This is in your bedroom, or like a basement practice area? Or...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I write all my songs in my bedroom. But then I work with my producer, Abe Anderson. And he just recently moved locations from Cannon Falls to Cloud Factory is the name of the studio now. And I think he works with his friend to run it or something. But it's really, really awesome. And it's a lot bigger than his last, studio space because that was in a garage all the way out in Cannon Falls. But yeah, it's really nice and it's kind of a vibe, when you're in there producing and songwriting. It's really nice, especially with Abe because I feel like we're both such like similar minds and we're always like on the same wavelength.
So how does that, I mean, as somebody who hasn't gone through that process myself, I mean, how does it work? When you come up with an idea, you bring it in, you're like, hey, producer friend, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, how does that interaction go back and forth?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something I learned over time, like to do better and execute, quicker and more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first started out, I was really worried about that. Like before I started, recording, I was really worried about like getting my ideas through and like, have it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
So were you worried about them like respecting your ideas or changing it too much, or was it
a
more?
little,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, a little like wanting to change it,
Yeah.
or a little,
Like
but
this
mostly
is
like
my baby, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
want you
yeah.
to change my baby too much, but
But mostly just them not understanding what I'm saying.
okay.
But Abe, like I didn't really have to be worried about anything because he's really like, he really tries to understand, the vision that I have. And if we do change something, he's like, I might want to try this out and see how it sounds, but it's totally fine if you don't like it, And
That's cool.
it's really respectful of like what my vision of the song is. But yeah, it's definitely something I was worried about. It's definitely not something I'm really worried about now.
Is he the only producer you've worked with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I wonder if that's like the typical producer relationship. Because
Yeah.
I had the same thing
Yeah.
as somebody who might write a song. I'd be worried about taking it in and be like, oh, nope, that's
Yeah.
mine. Don't
Yeah.
change it too much.
Yeah.
Don't go too far off in your own direction. But yeah, I guess if you find the right person to work with who
Yeah.
kind of understands you and gives you that freedom, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So to wrap these episodes up, I always ask everybody the same exact question. If you watch any of the episodes yet, you'll have seen this, but who do you recommend should be my next guest?
Like one person.
Yeah, it could be multiple.
Oh, okay.
So you can do 2 or 3 if you want.
Let me think.
Should we interview your mom?
Yeah, right.
Like right now?
Like right now. Abby from Honey Girl. The front woman of Honey Girl. She's amazing. I've done a lot of gigs with them, and they're really theatric, which is an amazing thing to see.
Cool.
They like put a lot of effort into their performances.
Nice.
And they're really amazing. But it's her songs. But yeah, she's amazing. I would definitely suggest her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abby from Honey Girl.
Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, totally.
Wasn't
Thank you
that
for
hard,
having
right?
me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, nice to meet you, and thanks for doing
Nice to meet you.
it. Hey there, Minnesota music family. If I haven't personally reached out to you yet, consider this your 100% official invitation to join me on the Minnesota Music Note. I'm Will McLeod, co-founder of the podcast crew here in beautiful Robbinsdale, host of the show, and the guy behind the kit for the band Hits and the Misses. I started this podcast because I want to get to know the people who make our scene tick. Whether you're fronting a band, spinning hip-hop, running sound, booking shows, running shows, or teaching the next generation of talent, your story belongs here. We've had everyone from videographers to festival organizers on the mic, and we're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're playing arenas or just making magic in your basement. If you're part of the Minnesota music community, I want to chat. Slide into my DMs or hit the email below, and let's hang out and talk shop.
Okay, before we start, USA Cup. You obviously know the words to this song, and I'd be very surprised if you didn't. So I want you all to sing along. drums, we got Cyan Blackwood.